Welcome to InfinityCast, where we chart the course through science, technology, and the great unknowns. I'm your host, Elion Quanta. Today, we're looking skyward, past our moon, to the red planet and beyond. We're in the middle of a new space race, but this time, the finish line isn't just a footprint, it's a functioning colony. Joining me to unpack the science and the ethics of this monumental push is astrophysicist and science communicator Lex Calder. Lex, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Elion. It's a topic that feels more like science fiction than impending reality, but here we are.
Exactly. So let's start there. We have private companies like SpaceX and national agencies all aiming for Mars. From a purely practical standpoint, what makes Mars the target and not, say, Venus or a moon base?
Well, Mars is our friendliest neighbor, relatively speaking. It has a 24-and-a-half-hour day, frozen water ice at its poles, and an atmosphere, albeit a very thin one. It's a fixer-upper planet, but the foundational elements are there in a way they just aren't on, for instance, the acid rain pressure cooker that is Venus.
A fixer-upper. I like that. But the renovation list must be staggering. What are the biggest technological hurdles we still haven't cleared?
Oh, it's immense. The 6 to 9 month journey alone is a huge problem. We have no reliable long-term protection against deep space cosmic radiation for our astronauts. Then, once you land, you have to create a self-sustaining habitat. That means generating oxygen, recycling water with near-perfect efficiency, growing food in Martian soil, and protecting against that radiation on the surface. We can do these things in labs on Earth, but doing it flawlessly, millions of miles from a repair shop, that's another level of challenge.
It sounds less like an engineering problem and more like creating a mini biosphere from scratch on an alien world, and we haven't even touched on the psychological toll.
Precisely. The isolation, the confinement, the knowledge that Earth is just a tiny blue dot in the sky, the mental fortitude required is almost as critical as the technology.
Let's shift to the ethics, because this isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a colonial one. What right do we have to claim another world? And what about the risk of contamination, what we call planetary protection?
That's the question that keeps me up at night. There's a concept called forward contamination. If we bring Earth microbes to Mars, we could inadvertently wipe out any potential native Martian life before we even discover it. We would be erasing answers to some of humanity's biggest questions. Are we alone? For the sake of expansion. It's a heavy responsibility.
And it raises the question of why? Is this about ensuring the survival of the human species, as some proponents claim, or is it about national pride and corporate profit?
I think it's a mix of all three. The backup for humanity argument is powerful, but we also can't ignore the geopolitical and economic drivers. The race for Mars and beyond to the resource-rich asteroid belt or the moons of Jupiter is also about staking a claim on the future, whatever that may be.
So we have this incredible, inspiring ambition to become a multi-planetary species, but it's tethered to immense technological risks and profound ethical dilemmas we have yet to solve. It seems the biggest challenges aren't in the engineering, but in our own wisdom.
That's the perfect way to put it. The journey to Mars is as much an internal one as it is an external one.
A fascinating and sobering thought to end on. Lex Calder, thank you so much for lending us your insight today.
My pleasure, Elion.
That's all the time we have for this episode of InfinityCast. Join us next time as we continue to explore the universe within and without.